If you knew how to have more success and it was just as easy or maybe even easier than what you're doing right now, wouldn't you make the changes? Hello, I'm Russ. I own Sound Bookkeepers, and I'm about to speak some truth. What I'm about to say about small business and life is my observation, not my opinion. This video series was created to allow me to pass on the profound lessons I've learned over the past 22 years working in business, finance, tax, and accounting. So if you learn anything from watching this, we both win. Now, in my younger years, I felt that I should charge for all my valuable information, so I did workshops and wrote books, but these days I'm giving back without asking for anything in return. We are bookkeepers, so if you need a bookkeeper or you know someone who does, then hopefully we'll have a chance to work together. But if you're just in business, I hope you get some value out of this conversation. Being an entrepreneur is in my family's history. My grandfather owned several companies. My dad has owned a bunch of companies. He's also been on the news hundreds of times. And my mom has owned at least a dozen companies, including a bookkeeping business. In fact, my grandmother was a bookkeeper, and so was my mom. So I do like to say that I'm a third-generation bookkeeper, and I'm pretty good at it. But that's not why I'm making this video. I'm just here to share with you some things that I've learned. I first became fascinated with the idea of owning a business in my 20s after listening to Jim Rohn, who's a famous motivational speaker, or at least he was. He passed away. Around 1998, after doing manual labor for a number of years, I found myself in the tax business on the advice of my brother, and some friends who had also been in the mortgage business with me gave me lots of advice over several years, which eventually allowed me to see that the road to success for me meant learning how to align my creative strengths with my greatest joy. It was through these experiences that I was able to see that bookkeeping is how I can have the greatest impact on the market that I serve, because I'm really passionate about discovering the truth that lies at the heart of things. And there's nothing more truthful in the world of business than arithmetic. And so by combining technology with certain key performance indicators, I'm actually able to see why a business is not producing accurate facts, where the profits are, and I can actually offer suggestions that will help fix it that actually work. And when this happens, your chance of becoming one of those failed business statistics decreases, which is why I like to say our facts beat the odds. A business is like a race car on a circle track, going around and around, spinning off numbers like speed, oil pressure, and temperature all the time. It's also producing carbon monoxide, losing rubber, using gas. But how much of that is important at the very next turn? Bookkeeping tracks all the critical data, but you don't need all the data. The IRS needs some, the Department of Revenue needs some, your accountant needs some. So done correctly, bookkeeping gives you, the driver, only the vital stuff in micro bits at just the right time so you can use them now, not on April 15th, 2022. In the same way, a coach needs to know which of the opponent's players are on the field, because that's his business. We need to know what's happening in our business. And we do that not solely by producing numbers, but by a simple process of catch and release. We take a snapshot and we look at it. We wait a little bit. We move to the next snapshot to see how things are progressing, like when you're going to the doctor to see how something's healing. That's when looking deeper can show you things you didn't know were there, and a paradigm shift can occur whereby you are able to influence your business so that success becomes more likely.